Hi there, this is Nancy Reynolds, Stampin' with Nutsy. You can find me on Facebook at Stampin' with Nutsy, and I'm stampinwithnutsy.blogspot.com. That's blogspot.com. And I came to just do a very quick video to go with some Sale-a-bration product for a blog hop I'm going to be participating in. And I just wanted to show you the catalogs. If you do not have a demonstrator you're working with, I would be very happy to help you. You can email me at nancy98226@gmail.com. And if you need of course, that includes if you need a catalog. I've got catalogs I can mail out. The blog hop is dealing with the new product in Sale-a-bration. Sale-a-bration is a great time of year. It is going to be January and February. Starts January 5th through February 28th. And it is where if you order $50 worth of product, you can pick out an item from this catalog. And it's free. I don't know about you, but free makes me happy. There are a couple sets that are $100, and I wanted to use two items from Sale-a-bration for our card today. This is our card. It says, there are so many ways you might feel right now. Alone shouldn't be one of them. Here for you always. It's a beautiful paper. It's a very simple card to make. I wanted to show you the products, though, that are Sale-a-bration products. Sending Support is a stamp set, and it is the red rubber. We're using 3 of the sentiments. There's one that says, it's okay not to feel okay. You've got this. My shoulder is yours. Courage is being really scared and doing it anyway. And there are the 3 that I am using. Sending loving thoughts and prayers. Some days are harder than others. Just very encouraging sentiments that I think are needed when we have friends who are going through things. I know I have a friend who is, and I'm looking forward to mailing this card to her very soon. I'm trying to send her a card every week or 2, depending on the weather. The other thing, now let me look that up, making sure that that is... I'm sorry, I can't show you the inside of the catalog. I can only show you the outside. But yes, that is free with the purchase, with a $50 purchase. And when you get your catalog, it's on page 9. The other one I'm using is also free with $50 purchase. It's called Dainty Flowers, and it's 12 by 12 designer series paper. And there is so much pretty paper in here. As you see, I have broken into my pack and been playing with it. We have frames, just beautiful papers, and it goes with the Dandy Garden set. Oh, let me look. There's a new set in our mini catalog that coordinates with this. It's on page 55. It's called Dainty Delight Bundle. So it's a lovely bundle. But I wanted to feature the paper today because I think it is so pretty. And of course, it's 2-sided. This is the one I'm using. I cut it down to about 5 1/4 inches, and then you can get 4 inches. You can get 3 cards, card fronts, and there's the back. I'm using the back because the front was kind of boring, just white. But it's just, I think it's just lovely. There's another one of those frames. I'm going to get these out of the way. But it is a lovely, lovely set. And I do like a card that you can just get a card front out, and it's so pretty. So let's get started. It is, as I said, it's a very simple card. I have an envelope. I have, oh, that's not, this is an envelope. A little bit of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. This is the inside, and it's 4 by 5 1/4 inches or 10 by 14.4 centimeters. It is mounted. That was the inside, and I have a piece of designer series paper that is that very same size, and I've attached it to a piece of Blackberry Bliss which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 inches, or 10.3 by 14.7 centimeters. I have a piece of cardstock for the envelope flap, and my card base is basic white, in the thick basic white, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, or 14.9 centimeters by 21 centimeters. There's a little strip of the designer series paper. And as I said, I started to put the card together, and then I thought, oh, I really would love to do a little video on this one. So it is partially done. Let's go to the inside. I think I'm going to use my Tombow multi-purpose glue because it's so easy to use. And it's quick, and it's clogged. There we are. And now I've got this little gluey bit. Get rid of that. And here we are. We'll just put a little glue on it. I'll put it in my holder. I have this cute little holder. Keeps it upside down. Very easy to use. Make sure my branches are going in the correct direction. And while I am right here, I am going to put the inside sentiments on. So here for you always, I'm going to change the placement of this one. Let's make sure I've got this pretty straight here. I'm going to put this right above the designer series paper. Sorry if I'm getting my hair in the way. Here for you always. And then up at the top, I'm going to put alone shouldn't be one of them. And that is all the stamping we are doing. And as long as we've got this done, let's put it in our card base. And then we have fewer pieces of paper sitting around. I do like to use my seal adhesive for the inside because I think that on the white, sometimes the glue shows through, and I don't like that. So here we are. For sentiments on the inside, we're not going to attach this yet because I want to put some ribbon around it. And what I have is, and I don't know, I just took this out of the package this week. And I don't know why I haven't been using it because I absolutely love it. It's the new silver metallic edged cotton ribbon. And it's smooth like satin with the beautiful foiled edges. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure exactly what got into me. I love this. So we're going to cut a little strip. And what I suggest people do is have 2 pairs of snips. One with a piece of ribbon that is used only for ribbon. Because you know, paper does dull scissors. So we're going to take and put, now I just had that in my hand, here it is, the seal. Do you ever have products hide in plain sight from you? This one got a little, see if I can get that advanced. I need to remember that I need to stand it upright and then lift straight up because that adhesive needs to break across the top, not down here. So we'll just put this around, anchor it in the back. I'm going to put dimensionals on this, and we'll pop that right onto the card. And then we'll finish building our card front. Because one of the things we're going to do is we are going to emboss our sentiment. Oh, I'm almost to the point where I can start using the edges of these. Remember, All of this is Stampin' Dimensional. You don't have to be a hexagon. So I will start not using my ribbon scissors, but I will just start clipping and using those to pop my cards. So here's my card front, ready to be popped. There we are. Looks like I've got a little white hair caught in there. I actually have plenty of white hair on my head, so let's just trim that little bit off. We'll put our card front on. There we are. And we're going to use our lovely kit that is carrying over, a tool kit. You get the embossing tray, the embossing buddy, tweezers, and the brush. And I was so glad, first of all, that we had them this year. They brought back out. So here we are. Just going to run an embossing buddy over it and set that aside. I'm going to use my Versamark ink and stamp. There are so many ways you might feel right now. Right here. Give it a moment to transfer that gluey ink. And I have white embossing powder. I'm actually running quite low on my embossing powder, but there's still plenty here. And I don't know, I had a black brush at one time, and so I've got little pieces of black brush in here. So I'm going to order some new embossing powder and dump this one out. Because I don't need little pieces of brush bristle in it. And then I'm going to apologize. Let's see. Put my little spoon back in for the noise. Because heat guns are noisy. And then you just hold your heat on it until it starts to turn and melt all together. Remember, it's hot, so keep your fingers out of the way. And that did not take long at all, and my heat gun hadn't been warmed up. Let's see. Let me just look and make sure, catch the light, make sure none of it looks that gray, grainy look. I have got my Label Me Fancy punch. And I'm going to line up my sentiment, punch it out. And then I want to use my mini dimensionals, because what I wanted to do is I wanted the dimensionals to be on each side of the ribbon. So we'll just put them at the edge. There's 3 on that side. We'll put 3 on this side. I love the mini dimensionals. I don't know about you, but when they first put them for sale, I thought that is perfect, because so often I was cutting dimensionals in half so I could put them in small, tight places. And one more. Be sure you take those dimensional backs and put them in the garbage can, because otherwise they are just everywhere. Okay, here we go. I'll put this on right here. There's one more thing we need to do on our card, and that is a bow. Whoops. That got caught. With a little bow jig. I don't really like tying bows on camera. So it's just a piece of wood with nail holes that are movable so you can vary the size of your bow. But it does make tying bows very easy, even on camera. Well, normally very easy. I will say, because it feels like satin, even though it's cotton, it is slippery. There we are. Here we have our bow. I used probably a bit too much ribbon. Actually, I want it to be fairly short tails because I'm going to put it sideways right here. And I'm going to attach that with a glue dot. Glue dots are great for attaching ribbon. Looks like I could have moved that up just a little bit. Maybe I'll move this up a little bit. And there we are. Our card is almost done. We are going to take the rhinestones, our rhinestone basic jewels. I have got one of my Blackberry Bliss, the dark marker, the blends. And they're alcohol markers. And I am just going to color in 3 of our rhinestones and put them on our card. I like my take your pick tool also. I like the putty end. It helps me pick up and move these very easily. So there we have, our jewels are on our card. The Designer Series paper is truly doing all the work. Isn't that lovely? Our inside is done. And then it's always nice to have a pretty outside. So I just take an envelope and I try to make sure that the glue goes clear to the edge because I don't want any problems with the postal machines. I put on, I think this is about 2.5, 2 3/4 inches long. I just put it just the flap side of the fold. Put that down, and then you just have to trim off using your flap as your cutting template or pattern, however you want to put that. Let's see. I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of keep that curve going on each side. And I'm going to use this on the front of my card. Yep, probably like that. So let's put a little Tombow multi-purpose glue on our strip of paper. And I'll put that right up to the edge on the right side and work it across. And then on the left side, I'll just cut that little bit off. Now, if the glue didn't quite go to the end, I could always just put a little bit of glue under there. It's easy to do. And here is our card we've made today. the card I made yesterday, and this is all part of that 1/2 of a sheet of paper that I cut down to 5.5 inches. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy using the paper because it's a really good paper. It's so pretty. It's colors I really like. Anyway, it's so good to be here. Thank you for joining me. This is Nancy Reynolds, Stampin' with Etsy, and happy crafting.